Hello and welcome back to Esoteric Ebb. So one thing I was thinking, we have 5 days. I have to keep an eye on how much time things takes. If it's like in Disco Elysium where it's 1 minute per dialogue option, or maybe I don't know. And then the consideration is, should we really talk to everyone? Oh, we got a new Fix the Ruined spellbook. Corpse. Oh yeah. And here is right. Figuring out what happened to me actually. Why was I pushed in the river and all that? Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Arcanist. You should be the future god wizard king. You said so 2 times. Oh yeah. So that's Arcanist. Not the Arcanist party necessarily, but I'm a wizard. Yeah. Uh-huh. But we have to go see the Lady Sage leave, right? But first, Yuda. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Master says you behave. You're adorable. The kobold glares at you. A battle of will. Do not give in. It's charisma. Glare back. Your eyes meet each other, still, ever vigilant. Keep glaring. That doesn't pass time. Glare some more. Oh, that passes time. Yep, you're staring at each other. You're doing it. Glare. Eyes meet eyes. Glare, glare! Stare in an angry or fierce way. Looking hard. Leaning close to the cold, stern face. You should probably stop this. I don't think I'm getting anything more out of this. Yeah. Questions. Short questions, go. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding, not funny. Go away. Try to convince, or just take it. Try to convince, let's see. Charisma. How do we do this? Appeal to his better nature? I don't fucking know. DC 15. That's a decent shot. Find a reasonable argument, probably with a lie. Nah, not one. This is difficult. The kobold already hates your guts. Don't make it worse. It's a law. Not law, you lie. Would be a pretty dumb law, to be fair. Go away. Okay, crit failure didn't have any disastrous consequences. We can try again. Fine, keep the crossbow for now. I don't know how many of these shards we will get. We did get charm person. Wait, do I have 3 slots or what is this? Let's go back down to the shrine and see. Yeah, I have 3 spell slots. Cure wounds, charm person, shield of fate. Finish. Can I now do, for example, 3 times cure wounds? Yeah, I think that's how it works. Well, I'm a wizard now. Does it work differently now? Voices upstairs and the smell of salt. Wait. You know what? I don't have to talk to this guy. Loot. Something's inside. Incense! Men at work. We need Asgal's green banner. Alphos BE. Oh, this is with Constitution. Ooh. Well, I don't know anything about him by looking. Around the amphitheater scene, you see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright green flag. The banner of Asgal, the fool. One of the dwarves stands face to face with a furrowed brow. He appears to be in a staring contest with the orc on the other side of the theater. Oi, Mr. City Man, he calls out as you approach. We've made it clear already, we're not moving one bit. Shoots you a shit-eating grin. Wait, if I say the cleric of Norvik, do I start leading into the cleric class? What's going on here? Just working. The boys will be done soon enough. Other dwarves are laughing. Nothing illegal going on here, nothing at all. He's only saying that because he's had to defend himself quite a lot lately. Nothing illegal, huh? We have the papers, nothing illegal at all. A half-truth. One of the older dwarves spits on the ground next to him. You even know who you're talking to, child. This here be alphas of the Ban Emvers. The Ban Emvers, one of the 5 exiled families or clans that formed the surface kingdoms of the Viska Peaks. A 4-man in the Asgalist movement of Norvik. Okay, so technically for my characters, this is competition. He's done more good than any of you Urtgard combined. A true speaker for the Asgal. You're a celebrity. See me exaggerate, gives the older dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Nobility is just a poisonous hierarchy. Typical talking points. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. They'll just piss him off. A noble man, huh? In the old country, yeah. That doesn't matter here. I'm just a 4-man of the Tolstad district. How much money do you have on you? Didn't your mommy and daddy ever teach you it's rude to ask about someone's mint? I bet you're only here because of mommy and daddy. What did you say? You must have misheard me. I said, don't forget to thank mommy and daddy for the 4-man position. He clenched his jaw and stares at you. See, that's the difference between you and me, human. Takes a deep breath and mutters, my work speaks for itself. What about Asgal? Everybody knows Asgal as some dwarven demigod and controversial leader. If you want to piss off this dwarf, then just pretend to not know who Asgal is. Who is he? Who is... He's taken aback by your question. He's Asgal! Asgal the Great, the Kind, our liberator! Born at the beginning of the Divine Era, he is a disputed demigod and warlord of the revolutionary Dwarven Legions. Never heard of him. Never heard of potatoes either? Huh? Potato? Ah! Takes a step back. Ignorant child, he mutters on his breath. I've got to ask though, is this a religion? Most certainly not, he scoffs in your general direction. The cult? I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. Cityman, but let me assure you, Asgal was no god or demigod or anything related to it. He was a simple man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more. Ouch, sore spot. He's infuriated, but not because of you, but because he has defended this position many times. The boy's setting up a play? A play? We're holding a rally for the cause. This evening, workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Asgal. Turns towards the orc. No one's going to stop it. You hear laughing coming from across the theater. Papers, Alphas. He grumbles and turns back to you. So, what do you want? What's the problem here? Where to even begin? So it is forenoon. I get the lads together. When we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. She starts complaining. We show her the papers. The papers are no good, she says. Bah! Real convenient, I say. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our rights to speak out against tyrants and burghers. They are. They sure are playing a game they can't win. Check the papers. Surely the dwarves have screwed up somewhere. So what's wrong? Of course she is. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. He knows she's right about the documents, but doesn't want to admit it. Can I see the papers? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Okay. Tell him you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, also I'm on your side. He repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with, I'm your best shot getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. Okay, we got the documents. Okay. What is this action? Oh yeah, shards of jar. Morning, apple. Right, we lost hit points. +3. Yeah, eat it. Permission of public gathering. It contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. Quite light, some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by its signature. Tolstad Magistrate Nicholas Darrow. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Examine it in detail. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It's perfect, not a single error, except the date. It says that rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. It's the 22nd today. It's expired. Stop looking. About the rally. Checked out the papers. What did you find out? Expired like last week. I know, but the date is just a mistake, you see. Personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago, after the supposed expiry date. Should have checked it more carefully. I did when I turned in the application. This error only appeared on the document I got back. I'm not at fault here. Pah! Dwarf shouts into the amphitheater. Doesn't matter whether Darrow fucked up us or not. We're here and they can't make us leave. Gives you a menacing glare. I hope for your sake you're not the sorry lad she's hired to do the deed. Oh, I'm so tempted. I'm the dispenser of justice. Good. Then tell that orc free fucker to leave us be. Keep swearing. Must mean he's getting real angry. Spits on the ground. Cup. A dwarven word meaning something along the lines of devilry. That was a swear word. You could tell because of the way he said it. Alright, have fun. I don't... this character doesn't need to socialize with socialists. Former ale barrel. Oh, money, money! So, we got this orc. Behold with strength. Yeah, it's something. Traveler, she's not settled here. Well, folk, we don't get her profession. What do you have? Money, money! No, don't. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. Looks like she's waiting for someone, someone. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large woman gives you a wry smile. Tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. You spot the merchant's mark on her jacket sleeve, a heart with the initials of the Norwegian Free Strider regiment. Ah, she's a Free Strider, okay. What's this? Not often we get Urtgard around here. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I'm second in command guild agent of Tolstad. Nice to meet you. Make sure she knows you're a... I'm not! I'm a wizard! The showing of the palm is casual cultural greeting here in reads. Do not grab her hand. That's not what this is. Well, here's the thing I don't understand, because I think this will nudge me back into the direction of a cleric, right? Yeah. Can I see the... Not Urtgard cleric, I assumed the term was interchangeable. What did she say? Huh? Urtgard. Not all Urtgard are spellcasters. Not all clerics are Urtgard, but all clerics are spellcasters. She accepts your annoying corrections with a smile. Probably means she sees you as no threat at all, mere puppy. Hold on, I want to check something. Uh-huh. So we really have to be careful with this. What's the deal with the dwarves? Oh, them? Complicated as anything. Wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an unlawful assembly. They won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says, and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. With the documents in hand, she could simply hand it over to the magistrate's office and let them deal with it. Wait. True. They're expired. Let you check the papers? Yeah. If you could get them to me, that'd be quite a favor. Okay. Hold on. Can I get them again? Like, wait! I'd like to check the documents again. Yeah, but... Can't steal from him. What about you? Oh. Factory worker. Devoted Asgal. Second son kind of person. Loves the Asgal way not due to choice, but due to indoctrination and tradition. He wants to live up to someone. His father, a patriarch, seemingly the right hand man of Alphos, wants to be his own man, but simply cannot. Not just his own skin, but those who depend on him and his eternal devotion as well. It's painfully difficult to dislike him. Neutral good. Level 2 factory worker. Right, we don't see the alignment unless we roll d20. I can't steal from him either. Fancy helmet, city man. Short and quiet manner, as if he's scared of his words rather than words actually being heard. Dwarf behind him laughs. Don't engage, just leave. Shouldn't engage. Sure. Can I really not? About the rally. Damn it! Alright, have fun. We really don't have it anymore, right? No. It's all just an inconvenience. These lovely Asgalists have decided by themselves to hold a rally here on this lovely little circle square. Unfortunately, they need a permission of public gathering or a PPG. PPG needs to be approved by the district council. They do not have a proper PPG. You're just sitting here because... Simple really, these dwarves are ignoring my calls to disperse, so I am here as a witness. If they do not leave by sundown, they will be fined and or arrested. Why don't you just come back at sundown? I would, if it wasn't for the fact that I need to witness the entirety of the trespassing. Since they were served during the morning, they do not disperse by sundown, they will be inflicted with an entire day's worth of fines. I'd have an assistant do it, or a secretary, but we're stretched thin as it is with the election coming up. No, I'll just sit here and smile politely. Arrested by whom? She gives you a smug grin. You, perhaps? The monopoly on violence here on Tolstad is more of an oligopoly. It'll be a roll of the die to see who gets employed to handle these rude dwarves. Okay. Maybe some goblins. The city of Norvik also allows us to employ mercenaries for App Extra legal enforcement. But the company likes to avoid that in most cases. As you can imagine, mercs tend to lack that finer touch. Something shady about this. Yeah, but I don't have the skills to do that, right? I would love to enforce your justice. Yeah. I spoke with Alphos. Dwarves need to go. Really want to do me a great favor, then you must drive them away. I'll do it if there's a reward. Greedy, are we? Good. Yes, if you manage to solve this for me, I'll make sure you get a payout. Under the table, of course. I'll solve this. I'm here. No, I'm not, because that's a class. So, at the rally, spoke with agent. Careful now, the situation's on a blade's edge. You could either taunt him to see if you can get him to act out, or you could try to reason with them. Simply tell them to leave. Ah, yes, let's taunt him! Pretty noble man like yourself wouldn't want to be arrested now, would you? See the anger in his glare. You trying to get him to punch you? That's genius! Keep taunting him. You'll have no choice but to run away if he assaults a cleric. Blood means nothing. I've accomplished this myself. Call me a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite and a fraud, Alphos. Shut your filthy mouth! Alphos holds out a hand towards his men. They go silent as he opens his mouth to say, I'm warning you, cleric. This is it. You're at the breaking point now. Just one more push. Then we can go for the kill. If you want to, of course. This is quite mean. You are attempting to hurt his ego. Oh, yes. You'd be nothing without mommy and daddy. Cleric, he says, the words echoing out across the territory. Don't you dare. His expression, it says bloodlust. Get him to punch you. Oh, not 20. Oh. Alright, so you wanna piss this guy off? Great, just mention his nobleman status again. He hates the fact that he'll always have that hanging over his every accomplishment in life. So don't worry, when you're arrested, you can just ask mommy and daddy to hire an expensive barrister. Yeah, this is the most... Ah! Ooh, that's a serious hit. Pain spreads throughout your lower abdomen. An incredible jab. Series of hoots and laughs. They loved watching their foreman punch you. Stands proud. Cleric, what the hell did you think was going to happen? Exactly this, victory. Assaulting a cleric. Poor man, the older dwarf walks up to Alphos looking conflicted. Shouldn't stick around, right? Just a little joust, Mr. City Man, don't take it so hard. Alphos spits on the ground and looks over to the orc across the amphitheater. Hey Vera, you win this round, you bloody coward. You heard laughter coming from the tall woman. The dwarves start packing up their tools, begrudgingly following Alphos' orders as he calls them out to head out. Before he leaves, Alphos glares at you. You're no cleric. You're just a free-strider dog. If I see you again, you're done. He spits on the ground and leaves with his boys. You're left standing in the circle square. Successful, but at what price? This is so cool! I mean, imagine all the other outcomes for this situation. I could have picked their side even. Could have probably stolen the documents, given them to the orc to resolve it in a more indirect way. This is nice. Alright, orc. Payment. No, don't steal from the orc. I have to say, with all due respect, well done. Right, the dwarves. Oh yes, I saw the whole thing. The whole thing? Yes, highly impressive work. Getting Mr. B so worked up that he'll assault a city cleric? Ingenious. Did you actually plan any of that? Yes, I did. Well done, cleric. The Ascani Reeds Trading Company is in your debt. All according to my machination. Indeed, cleric. As a token of my personal gratitude, 50 crowns. Ah, that hit the spot. The orc laughs. Good to see you're satisfied. I'm sure I can find some more use for your services again. She gives you a kind smile. She's an expert manipulator, that one. May Urt smile upon you. Do visit our trading post down on Water Lane if you have time. Would love to see you there. She would love to make use of you there for profit. I love you! What the hell, man? Well met, Agent Vera. Same to you, cleric. Now it's just you, alone in the circle square. Let me just... Yeah, I am a wizard. I need to keep declaring myself as a wizard. It's graffiti. Goblin wall art. Engage with it. Green face is splattered across the facade, staring wildly towards a flaming sky and a dragon spread across it. Something like that. You call this art? Place my hand upon it. Take a step forward. The painted stone surface is smooth. This is no cheap dwarven rock. This is Gate-era architecture disguised among the rest. You feel an esoteric urge to communicate with this object. DC 15 advantage. I do have advantage. Pocket watch. Let's do it. Meh. Fuck that. Your focus falters. There's nothing to answer you. Something is there beyond the silent hard stone. I can't retry this. We can retry this later, maybe. What's who? Strength. Braxel. Penciling. Devil. Surprisingly content hard worker. You raise your head towards the sky. Above you sits a tiny red creature. His wings flutter faintly in the wind. Staring at a piece of paper, he does not acknowledge your presence. Hello, little guy, why aren't you on my shoulder? What the fuck? Hello, I am from the local government. Sigh escapes the fiend's maw. He slowly puts down the fake paper. Paper is actually a torn out page from a magazine. I've paid my taxes, you can move on. You need to pay more, say 10 crowns or so. I'd agree with that opinion if my pouch wasn't so devoid of coin. You want to extort the devil? Man, I've heard some dumb shit in my time, but... Wait, he says, leaning in to get a good look at you. Urtkard, a cleric. What else you doing here? You can go anywhere you want, fuck off. Divine mission, the usual. Very well, I won't get in your way. I, for one, am happy for your presence. This place has gone downhill since the city let the goblins and free striders run amok. Oh no, the devil's a kick-ass. We need some damn order in this place. A kiss-ass. So, if you need any legal advice, just let me know. Gives you a tiny sharp smirk. Should be aware of the fact that this is literally a devil. Lawyers, soul traders, the most efficient type of leaders or the worst type of middle managers. Their numbers are dwindling of late, but in Blood Bay City they still rule supreme. Blood City Bay. Most populated city around the coast. Okay. You're a barrister. No, I have no legal position. Just fairly knowledgeable in the magistrate's code. He works with city law. Ask him for details. What type of work do? You love what you do? You will never work a day in your life, he says and smirks. So what do you do? Me? I do scribing most days. Got some connections within the palace. Believe me, whew, that's gotten me through some tough times. See, whenever some rich asshole needs a legal draft in a hurry, who do they send for? The guy with the wings, that's who. He does paperwork, and he must be highly knowledgeable in law. That sounds profitable. Sure is, although there's a lot of time spent waiting around too. So I've picked up some hobbies. What are you voting? Same as you. The good guys. And that means? The city, duh. The elites are quite literally feeding my trove at this point. You think I'd vote for someone to topple them? Wise choice. Yeah, I don't need to know about his hobbies. So dramatic. What about alignment? Ah, yes, the overrulers of morality. Norvik does not moralize over alignment. Esoteric effect, branding each creature with one of 9 labels. Yeah. I understand what that is. Nor do most of the city-states across the coast moralize. You being a devil, you know. Yes, you're evil. Oh, yes, indeed. It's pretty easy to spot. He flaps his wings. It can be pretty discriminatory at times. People assume I have their worst interest at mind just because I'm ontologically evil. You don't have their worst interest at... Oh, no, wait. I'm a... People can be so short-minded. No, that's... You see a grin spread upon his mouth. He's about to correct you. Small-minded. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that. Look, evil is not some objective thing. It's an entirely internal and aligned with your subjective opinion. There are good people who ruin the world and evil folk who do their best to maintain it. That's the deal. Hear about the tea shop. Pretty hard to miss when flying past Tolstad. What's your take? Blew up? Not sure what else you want to hear. Why do you think it blew up? Honestly, I haven't seen a blast zone like that since the Coast War. The Coast War, the Great War, a conflict between the arcanists of Reeds as well as every other nation connected with them across the coast. A horrible waste of human lives, which claimed millions of lives. There was no honor in this fighting, that you know. You didn't hear this from me, but the little fellow trusts you. He's your friend. Yeah. The scorch marks look like those from a fireball, but not the kind you get from trigger-happy pit fiends. We're talking high-level wizard stuff. Pit fiends are known to cast third-level fireballs at will. Be careful, cleric. Powerful forces are at work here. Thinking about it for a few more seconds makes it clear to me that it's all a big cover-up. Wouldn't be the first time a city-trained spellcaster goes a little off the hinge. Slander. The city does not train people to explode. Other than that, not to be self-incriminating or anything, but could be a fiend or an elemental. I mean, Waterlane has shipments from Kargamesh every other month. Maybe a fire elemental slipped through. A land of vast xeric shrublands and deserts, famous for its underground cities and oasis kingdoms, home of elementals, halflings, and the many planes touched in between. It can't be a cover-up. The city is honorable. Rogue spellcaster, fiend. Yeah, I think it's a rogue spellcaster. Simplest answer. But I'd suggest having a chat with the owner of the tea shop. Who knows what feathers were ruffled, eh? Yeah, what about resurrection? That's one hell of a question. Enjoying his pun before moving on. What a sociopath. Higher tier resurrections aren't illegal, they're just not available anymore. There are a handful of known divine resurrection spells. Since the death of Urd, there have been no documented instances of successful resurrections above 3rd level. Are you legally considered alive after resurrection? Yes, for all intents and purposes you are alive. Undeath, on the other hand, would be a very different affliction. Necromancy is not just undeath, but all undeath is necromancy. Right. Only an animated corpse without a soul would be considered illegal undead type necromancy. Okay. As long as the necromancy is considered of divine origin and the soul is returned to a healthy body, then it's considered a normal resurrection. The origin is more black magic shit, as they say, or some kind of corpse animation, then it would be considered a bodily sacrilege. It's a top tier criminal offense. Good. Then I'm alive. I haven't met many talkative zombies in my day, so yeah, you're alive. Does death absolve your crimes? Now you're asking real questions. But no, it does not. There's been actual laws signed in old kingdoms over this shit. It's dancing for you. Keep it up and it'll love you to death. So, classic story, alright? A real bad guy is caught murdering his neighbor. Real sick shit. He's executed after a quick trial. Justice wins again, everyone's happy. But, surprise, some holy man raises him up a couple months later. Death and rebirth. Holy man or foul necromancer. Two sides of the same coin. In this situation, the bad guy did technically pay for his crimes. His life was taken by the state. Just because somebody gave it back to him doesn't change that fact, right? Well, people weren't too happy with that, so you can imagine. Thus, the common legal terms these days for capital punishment is DIP. Dead in perpetuity. It's kind of funny. Makes sense. Thus, the city of Norvik might be a bit of a bureaucratic mess at times, but believe me, the lawkeepers know their shit. So to keep criminals DIP'd, most states tend to hide, lock up, simply burn corpses and spread the ashes during using non-resurrectable methods. So a properly DIP'd guy shouldn't be able to return without the use of some miraculous 9th level spell, which obviously these days isn't too likely. Yeah, that's enough. What about Charm Person? Such a fascinating spell. Of course, all spellcasters are required to be registered in Norvik. Same in all non-completely chaotic city-states. There are certain spells that are just not allowed at all, like Fireball as a popular example. Charm Person is, despite its devilish mind control, legal. It is cast by a registered cleric or city-hired interrogating mage. Private entities are not allowed to learn or cast it. Although I can promise you many still do. People don't like it when I cast charms. That's understandable. Folks tend to enjoy agency. Free will, you know. It's pretty popular. If you ask me, it's overrated. People don't know what's best for them. Okay. Wait, can we make money of this guy? Oh. I do not give, nor have ever given investment advice, but... Looks you up and down. Should ask, have you ever bought shares before? No. Some basics. Share is percentage of ownership of venture. Be a guild company. Something that grows over time so you can increase the values. It's a risky way to increase your capital without doing real work. This devil is good. Learn from him. So should I buy stocks? Look, there are rules in place. Norvik has laws governing what one can and cannot suggest when it comes to financial agency. Where can I buy stocks? Directly from a venture trader. Basically, someone can give you a piece of paper that says I owe you. Some legal information on it. You can go to a trade hub. Okay. Stocks in me? If you were to set yourself up as the venture, then maybe? If you could convince someone to invest in you, you know, without breaking any laws regarding investment advice. I should do that. I should create my company, if possible, and then convince people to give me more money. Okay, that's enough. Right. I'm also going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed watching and I hope to see you next time. See you then. Bye.